And elections also taking place in Madagascar today. Vote counting is now underway following Wednesday's presidential poll. 36 candidates, including 3 former presidents, are in the running. It is the island's biggest election to date. European Union observers say so far there's been no trouble. Here's more from CGTN's Peninah Karibe.
People came out early to make their mark, and here in the capital, Antananarivo, turnout looked to be high. The atmosphere, one of excitement and hope.
Today
is an important day for me as a Malagasy. I love my country and I want to express that through voting. I'm expecting the new president to bring back the beautiful Madagascar, to end poverty and to look after the poor people.
4 out of 5 people here live in poverty, and political turmoil in recent years has hampered development. Many voters are hoping this time the result will be stability and the chance of a better life for their families. Still, the frontrunners are 3 men who have been president before. All 3 are promising to boost the economy should they win. Many predict there will be no first-round winner, which means a runoff between the top 2 in late December. As vote counting begins, all eyes will now be on the Electoral Commission as the country monitors the crucial process. The Commission has set up these screens right behind me on which it will project results as they are relayed from various polling stations across the country.
In general, the election was smooth. We faced small challenges that we were able to solve quickly. The process is very smooth. Communication from the polling stations all the way to the Commission's headquarters are very good. Whenever there was a problem they couldn't solve, they communicated with us at the headquarters.
The Electoral Commission has up to 12 days to announce preliminary results, and then the Constitutional Court has 9 days more to declare them the official outcome. Peninah Karibe, CGTN, in Antananarivo, Madagascar.
Well, let's go live now to Antananarivo, where CGTN's Peninah Karibe is standing by with the latest. Peninah, of course, some praise so far for the Electoral Commission. European Union observers happy with how things went. Just talk us through today's voting process.
Well, Lindy, it was indeed quite a smooth day right from the very start. Polling started in most stations across the country on time at 6 a.m. Save for just a few where there was trouble. Voters complained that ballot materials hadn't arrived on time, and by the time they did, it was about 8:30, so they got a late kickoff. There were also some other voters who complained that they didn't get their voters' cards on time. This is because they are supposed to be delivered by the Electoral Commission to voters' houses, and so they kept hoping that they would get them until the day for voting arrived, and they didn't. But the Electoral Commission did make up for that by telling voters that if they carried their national identity cards, they would be able to vote as long as their names appeared in the voter register. Other than that, Lindy, a very smooth day. You would imagine 36 presidential candidates to choose from. That's really a big number. And for a lot of people, you know, it can get very confusing, but we saw electoral officials in those rooms guiding people step by step what they're supposed to do. And so in the end, a lot of voters we spoke to today said it was a very easy process. Also, the Electoral Commission saying they had done voter education for like 2 months now before this. So the results did pay off today. Polling, of course, ended in most polling stations on time at 5 p.m. local time, Lindy.
But of course, Peninah, still some time to go before we finally have the outcome of this election. Just talk us through the process now that vote counting has started and when we should expect the official results.
Lindy, before I even get to the process, let me just paint you a picture of how it is right now in Antananarivo. It's really a carnival mood. I have to say this is something really I haven't witnessed the various times I've covered elections in several countries here in the continent. And this is because, number one, the Electoral Commission, in a bid to make this process very transparent, invited the public to various polling stations where counting is ongoing to witness the process. And so right across the street from where we are, there is a polling station. And I thought at first it was a football match ongoing because you would hear the cheers and the boos. And then we paid a visit and we actually saw every time a candidate who's a favorite of the people watching there got a vote, they would cheer. And every time a candidate whom they didn't like got a vote, they would boo. And so you can imagine what kind of atmosphere there is. 36 candidates, each of them having their own supporters, all of them crammed in one polling station watching that vote counting. It's really, really interesting, Lindy. And of course, this would give you a picture of how it's going to be like in the next few days as all of them witness their candidates losing or winning a very tight race, I have to tell you, Lindy, especially between Mark Ravalomanana and Andrew Rajoelina. So that should create quite some interesting times here in Antananarivo. But other than that, coming back to the process, Lindy, the Electoral Commission waits for the electoral officials in various polling stations to do the tallying. They then relay those results to the Electoral Commission headquarters, which is where we are. The electoral officials here verify those results. They should announce the initial results between 9 to 12 days after voting today, and then they forward those results to the High Constitutional Court, which is mandated to give the official announcement. The court verifies those results, and within 9 days after, they should make that official announcement, Lindy.
Well, thank you so much, Peninah. I hope that festive atmosphere maintains itself in the days to come. Thank you so much for joining us there from Antananarivo.